Everybody
on my
have
team.
6.
Yeah, I'm on your team.
Everybody have 6?
I
Now,
got
you should have 6 cards in your hand.
Come over here.
Oh,
Get your
1, 2,
Come here,
3,
girl.
4, 5.
Showing everybody your
6.
goods.
I got 6.
Can be showing them your goods.
I can
Alright.
show you my good.
So I dealt and I discarded, so it's your turn.
That's why it's time.
Go ahead.
Really? Draw 2.
Hit the button for me. Hit it for me.
Oh.
Oh.
That was my turn.
Oh no. I gotta hit the button because you played that card. Ooh. Got lucky.
Okay, my turn.
Can I get a 5? You
Now,
don't let me hang it?
Wyatt's turn.
Uno!
Good job. That was fast.
Alright. Ray.
I got a good card too.
Uno.
Is it recording?
What is it?
Is it recording?
Is that because
Okay, fine.
somehow you gonna cheat where you get all the wild cards?
Yeah, and Mom.
Why do you cheat?
No. But guys, it is possible you could get all the wild cards.
Yeah, I guess it would.
Wait, you on Mom's team and I'm on Daddy's team.
Maybe we should do 8.
I think 8's good.
Bup.
3. Quarantine's not too bad when we get to play Uno, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and how about them apples?
Hey, what? How about them apples?
We really got the same cards.
Alright, let's do this.
Really?
Oh, hold up.
Oh no, he skipped you, Ray.
Ray, 2 times.
All right, that's
Imagine
it.
if
All right,
she
now,
got
now
more
you can still
cards.
play yellow.
Oh my god.
My turn?
Yep.
Yep. Always.
Alright,
Always.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
He wins every single
He's
time.
6 years old and the kid can win Uno to save his life.
Every time. We've played like 10 games
I'm
in the
done.
past 2 days, and he's won every time.
Every time.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we just got done milking. It is bright and early. I've got to go. I'm going to go feed the meat birds on my way out, but I got to go to town like we're not supposed to. However,
That's not town.
yeah, it's not town.
Yeah.
It's farm, ag,
Yeah.
stores. We got a lot of rain coming. Our feed is doing well, but we're going to get some more just because we've been shut down like crazy in a lot of places. Now, I don't feel like that they will shut down any kind of ag stuff because farmers can't quit. So we've got to keep moving. All of us do. So our supply chain, I'm praying, will not shut down. However, just be safe. We're not stocking up. We're getting our normal feed a week early. That way we can just have a little extra. So definitely not going to try to take feed away from farmers. And that's one thing you'll learn about farmers. It's not like Walmart and toilet paper. We understand each other. We all know we have to continue to do our thing, and over supplying, or what is it? What's my word? It's too early. Getting too much of one thing can hurt another farmer, and that's the last thing any farmer wants to do to each other. So I'm going to take y'all with me to get that. She's going to finish doing the inside chores, and then it's just game on.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, so
I'll be here.
right. The white one. What? Come on. Back in here. Dude's in here.
You guys are my favorite. Oh, my favorite rat little baby.
Bunny love. Okay.
She said, pull me close. Pull me close.
Okay. Sweet baby.
Happy petting zoo this morning, y'all. It's like the chain, just the row of petting zoo. It's pretty cool. We like it. Sorry, you little cricket. I don't really have a good spot in my truck to put our camera with the ginormous microphone on it, so it's kind of tilted in that spot. We are headed to get straw first, so I have to do 2 different runs. I have to get straw, drop it off at the house, then we got to go to get some feed. So it's a 2-for-1 kind of thing. But we've got ginormous storms coming in on top of everything else in the world that's happening. The next 3 days are just going to be straight rain, thunderstorms, tornadoes, all that fun stuff added on top of everything. But you know, farmers have to keep doing business as usual. It's one of those things that I always say that it always seems farmers live the longest and never get sick. And it's because they're not shutting down. You can't let yourself shut down, and you got to keep working. So even like on days like today, it's midweek. It's one of those days where you feel tired anyways, especially when it's completely gloomy, and it's been gloomy, and then you haven't really been able to leave the house. This is the good stuff for our bodies, and it's the good part of a farmer. So let's go get straw. Yeah, how much is it?
It's $8.25 a bale.
Okay.
Plus tax.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. 40?
Yeah. Thanks. So this is different. First off, that's the highest price I've ever paid for straw. $8.50 a bale. It's usually about $6.25 here. And I'm sitting in the truck, as you can tell. So they are limiting people that can come into their store because of this, which is interesting. So they're meeting me at the door here. And I paid with cash, so I have Germ-X, and I'll make sure to wash my hands. But that was a first. At least they were open. At least I was able to get the straw. So that's kind of interesting. But I'm just sitting here waiting on my change now. Thank you much.
Change.
All right, you have a good day.
Do your same.
Okay, kept recording there just so you can see how the interaction went. That was interesting. Y'all let me know down in the comments if you're seeing the same thing in your towns. Not being able to go into stores and stuff, but I am going to Germ-X my hands now because him and I just transferred cash. So, never know, right? Germ-X after everything. Okay, dropped off the hay, picked up a family. What's up, kiddos? You say good morning?
Good morning.
All right.
Since we were in the truck, so we're just gonna let him ride along and
Right.
have some fresh air.
Yep, but
Before
always
we
with the
can no
pedals.
longer.
Right. This might be one of the last trips that we get to take out to town in the next few weeks. So they don't have to get out. They get to stay in the truck, but they get to see something else besides our faces and our house. All right. Off to feed store.
Yep.
What are we doing? Here they come. Ooh, we got a lot of feed. You got your suckers.
Okay. As soon as we got home, it started raining. So I was like in mad dash mode to get the feed up. So it's up and then it stopped raining. Always the way it works. Our roller mill, their bags they use, it's not an extremely thin paper, but it's a very, I don't know the exact word for it. It composts extremely easy and well and breaks down easy. And it's just part of that company being more earth friendly, I guess is the best way to do it. Her dog's going nuts, which I love. It's great to lay down in the bottom of raised beds or any kind of beds as like a weed deterrent. It's also great to put in your compost bins because it breaks down really quick and it's got good stuff in it for it. And then in a need, it can start a fire. So that's nice. So now I am going to take all of that straw and get it in here because like I said, we got some bad storms coming just to add to the stress of farm life in the current environment situation. Oh, I did find out at my roller mill, they have straw. Been going there for years. A long time ago, I'd asked them if they had hay, and they don't hold hay. They said they didn't have room to do that, so they just did feed and some of the other stuff. I, like a dum-dum, assumed, and that's what you get for assuming, right, that if they didn't have hay, they probably didn't have straw either. So I was telling them that Southern states wouldn't even let me in the door because they were being protective and didn't less traffic in the store. And they were like, well, how much did they charge you? I was like $8.50, which is crazy. And they were like, you've been here how many times? We have straw and it's $6.50 a bundle or $6.50 a bale. I was like, well, son of a gun. All right, well, now I know no more southern states. I didn't really like going there anyways. So now I got my one-stop shop for everything besides my hay, which I got a local guy for. So that's really nice to know. Might have to start taking a trailer. But less rambling. got to beat this rain. Let's get the straw into the animals.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer.
Okay. Whole chicken coop, which I thought I recorded. Apparently the button didn't hit. They're done. And the turkey's got a little out here. It's pretty fresh, so it's not actually really muddy. Too bad. So I just gave them a little, then I gave some more on the inside of the new house. Now I gotta do our little chickens that are out here. Male goats and female goats. Whew, hold on.
Folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry and happy and bright. By and by.
I didn't know what to think about that straw coming out. A couple came out, but they come out all the time. They know where home is though. And they're meat chickens. They're a lot slower.
For my lady, oh, we no more today. We will sing
They'll get it off the roof.
old Kentucky. For my old Kentucky home far away.
Even they enjoy a little fresh straw. Wrestling like crazy. Okay, I'm on the last one. It's starting to rain. So I'll catch y'all once I get done after I'm soaking wet. I got lucky. It didn't rain near as bad as I thought it was about to. And I was able to get in the goat shelter, so I didn't get too daggone hot. But they did destroy the daggone hay rack again. So I took your all's advice. I just threw some scrap wood on it. Helps keep their head out of the wire. It doesn't look near as pretty as it did, but it'll work. In the greenhouse, I'm just doing one last thing. I'm checking to see, it's getting hot. Checking to see if anything needs to be watered. I think I got a mouse or some kind of problem because I planted some squash over there and I see little bitty holes dug out and it looks like they ate my squash seeds. So need to figure that one out. Not a fan of that. Had an ant problem, took care of that. Borax is your trick, by the way. Just kind of sprinkle it on your shelves and then put your trays back on top of it. There's no harm to your plants or soil because it's not reaching them, but it takes the ants, gets on their feet, and they take it back to the nest and gets rid of them. So that's one thing you can do with ants. I did up pot a bunch of tomatoes. So the ones that were ready, all I did, because they were just one in each cell, I took the tomato seedling, or the tomato plant out, buried a deeper hole, put the plant right back in it, and buried it all the way up to the neck, right there before it V's. You can take it all the way up to its first true plants. And that's one thing that we never want to do on this channel, is assume that people know what in the world it is, even if it's something that's a very common thing once you've gardened a couple years. The reason you up pot tomato plants is tomato stems, they can grow roots all the way up there. So their whole stem, they can grow out roots. So what you want to do to get you a nice, big, awesome plant, the best thing that you're going to see is you want to keep up potting. So as they get bigger and taller and they're still in your greenhouse and you're not putting them in the ground, you need to up pot them even more. So just keep burying it down into a deeper hole, keep taking it to a bigger pot, and bury it deeper until you have a nice, solid, thick, stout tomato. And then once we actually plant them in the ground, we'll show you, there's videos all over the place, but you're gonna do the same thing there. You're gonna bury it as deep as you can. Some people even curve them just so they can get as much stem down there in the bottom. But just gardening 101, right? Just in case, you never know. It might be a new gardener that doesn't know that, and now you do. So don't say we didn't tell you. No, I'm just kidding. It's just one of those things that usually, like, the old timers will tell you. That's usually how the first time you'll hear it, because that's like one of their go-to things to tell you about is that tomatoes can grow roots all the way up their stem as long as they're planted in the ground. But a lot of people, if they're just starting out, they don't know that. So I just want to make sure to share that knowledge. So the greenhouse is now watered. I'm very happy with all the things in there. It's really getting green and looking awesome. And for the most part, I think all the chores are done. Jen was pounding it out on the inside.
Yep, got the house clean. Getting a storm here soon. So fun.
Yep. But at least all the animals now have dry bedding. Everybody's happy, enjoy that. And so the rain will hopefully not enter their homes. It shouldn't. Everything's pretty still tight.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to stay dry as we get a really wet theme going. But our kind of theme of this video was farmers can't quit, farmers won't quit. Think farmer.
Yeah.
You know, it's
especially now.
I was talking to the Baghdad place, like I mentioned earlier, and you know, it's business as usual up there. Animals got to eat, and we've got to provide food for people.
Yeah.
You know, no matter if you're the smallest of scale or the largest of scale, your part matters. You know, we're thinking a lot of people, all of our first responders, everybody in the hospitals, all that stuff, they're doing amazing work keeping people healthy and trying to keep them safe during this time. But the farmers feed the people.
That's right. And I think we all have a duty at this point. I am so grateful that years ago we felt the push to do this. It was a hard shove. It felt like it. Yeah. Just, I don't know, something telling us to head in this direction. And I'm thankful we did. I'm thankful that we'll be able to help others. You know, like he said, even on a small scale, we can teach people to garden. We can teach them to grow their own food. It's not just about handing it to them, it's about teaching them so that they can become sustainable themselves. And I think that's where we're all headed. It feels that way. It feels like this is going to be a major shift in the world that we knew 2 months ago.
Yeah, I can definitely see Homestead farmer trending up once people can breathe again and people wanting to learn so they don't have to be put in this situation again. Fear. What am I going to eat? What am I going to do? You know, we've talked about it a lot, but we have milk and eggs always on hand and a lot of canned goods that Jen does through our garden. And we gave that out. Like we went and dropped some off at my grandparents' house yesterday just so they could stay in. You know, milk and eggs are one of the 2 most important things you can have because you can make so much with it and it's very good protein with the eggs and you can survive on that stuff. So it's very important to do. It's very important to share that knowledge. And I just encourage all of you all, if you haven't started, start now. There's no better time than now to do so, and make sure that you're not hoarding it all to yourself. If you have some to spare, give it out to your loved ones so they can stay home and not have to get out.
And use this time to learn too. You know, go visit someone you know that does have a farm, learn from them, let them teach you so that you can take that home for your family, and then we can all head towards sustainability.
That's right, just stay 4 to 6 feet apart.
Yes.
But I think this is where we leave you all today. Hopefully you got a little inspiration. If there's a farmer in your area, if you see a farmer, maybe give him a thank you for the hard work, because he's not stopping. He's not putting himself in the house. He's out in his fields slinging hay, growing next year's hay, planting the garden, feeding the animals, butchering, all the stuff that provides food into all of our bellies. So we love you all.
We love y'all.
Subscribe if you haven't. Bye.